welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the full moon in Aquarius happening on August the 22nd or 23rd, depending on where you live. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising as we enter into this very powerful blue moon in Aquarius. I want 3 piles, thank you. Okay, so your 3 moon oracle messages are: believe in the impossible, time for healing, and you are good enough. Beautiful messages with nothing will come of this situation. Interesting. Believe in the impossible, nothing will come of this situation. The void of course moon. Interesting. You know, that is very interesting. I think that your current path is really being affected right now, but what your perspective is on what's possible and what's not possible, and what you're, and like this concept of you being enough. Nothing will come of this situation. I think you need to change courses here. You need to change courses. You need to heal from something, my dear Leo, and then change tracks, because you are good enough and you can believe in the impossible. This is the blue moon of, this is what's happening. This is the reading for this. We're reading for the blue moon energy happening on August the 22nd. And so this is the time for you to believe in yourself and to heal and to let go of the current path you're on, because I don't think it's going to bring you anywhere. And then look what's behind that is surrender to the divine. Wow, full moon. That's what you need to do this full moon, Leo. This is exactly what you need to do, and to have confidence, which is the card that follows, in your sign. These cards are meant for you. You need to have more confidence and to surrender to the divine, because the situation you're working so hard on right now is not going to yield you the results, because there's something not authentic about it. It's making you feel like you're not enough. I'm going to take those 2 cards because I feel like they're part of your reading here. This is very interesting. I really think Leo is going to step into a new dimension of themselves where they really believe in themselves and that they can believe in the impossible. Something you desire, you have decided is impossible, Leo. What is it? What have you decided cannot happen? There is something that you have decided is impossible. And I think Spirit has something else to say about that. It's not impossible. Believe in the impossible. And then to see your sign come up to say that you just need to have confidence. But this current path you're on, nothing will come of this situation. Yeah, you need to let go of whatever you're deciding between. Pick the path that involves surrender to Spirit. Whew, this is getting spicy at the beginning, and we haven't even dug into the tarot yet. Wow, Leo, this is a beautiful message here from Spirit. Let's start with confidence is your key to success. Let's start there. Justice. What is the virtuous outcome? I think being confident is a very Libra quality. Even though Libras have a hard time being indecisive sometimes, we see this Justice card, which is expressive of the Libra, and that we see confidence is your key to success. I really feel like that means you have to make a decision. And we can see here already that Spirit is saying nothing will come of this situation. So the situation that you're on currently, you need to add confidence to see it for what it is, and to surrender to the divine, and to heal from this idea that you're not enough. That might be what's balancing here. You have to balance your confidence against this belief that you're not enough. There is a decision here that you need to make for yourself. Leo, surrender to the divine, we see the Six of Cups, which says that instead of surrendering to the divine, you're trapped thinking about the past. That's where nothing will come of this situation. You're thinking about the past. You need to step into the present and trust that you're being supported here. Just surrender. Surrender to that spiritual side. Surrender to your intuition and let go of the past. I think the past is haunting you, Leo. I think the past is haunting you, and it's time to let it go and surrender. Wow. And to have confidence. Now, believing in the impossible, we see the Hermit energy come up, which is a Virgo energy, which is very much time to really understand the wisdom of the past, which is maybe why you keep going there. But it's almost like you need to forgive and forget about the past and heal from it. But in order to do that, it's like you don't think that's possible. Believing in the impossible, you don't believe that you can find the wisdom in your past experiences. You don't believe that, and I think it's because you don't think you're enough. You don't think healing is possible. It's almost like you don't feel worthy of healing. Why? A time for healing. We see the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So that says you need to get in touch with your emotions, and that is the thing that is really crippling you, Leo. You feel so defeated by your own emotions, but it's time to start a new set of beliefs around this. I really feel like this is the healing energy of that, a time for healing. We see the Queen of Cups, which says that you're in touch with your emotions. You can navigate your empathy for others. You understand compassion. You do, and that's going to be the way you free yourself by connecting to that emotional flow. It's going to give you a feeling of renewed intuition. It's like your empathy is going to get a fresh new cup, if you will. But you need to heal. An emotional healing needs to take place. You need to surrender these past storylines. Take the wisdom, but be fair, be confident. Don't, I almost feel like saying don't be codependent. Don't feel the need to be needy. Right, Leo? Like, just be you and know that you're worth love. So you don't have to, whatever happened in the past here, you can surrender that. I think you're hanging on to something from the past, and it's potentially blocking you from being able to take that leap of faith into believing in yourself. Now, you are good enough, which is in Virgo, like that Hermit card. You are good enough. Ooh, we've got the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So yeah, you're overthinking some stuff, and the things that you're overthinking, you're afraid of the outcomes of what it would mean to believe that you're enough, because that would mean that you would have to sort of stand up for yourself. And I think that you're concerned that will lead to such a new dimension of emotion that you won't know how to manage it. Because what is this world that you live in where all of a sudden you have healthy boundaries, right? And that you give of your cup in a way that's not self-sacrifice, and that your relationships are equal and just. The virtue is just, it's both ways, and that you have confidence and you believe in yourself and you know you're good enough. It's very interesting. It's almost like that makes you uncomfortable, and you're thinking to yourself, I won't know how to exist in that new paradigm. I won't know how to do that. And you fear it. You're afraid of those outcomes. You're afraid that if you stand up for yourself, maybe some people will leave your life. Maybe those people were comfortable having you beneath their feet. And now that you're standing up for yourself, they're out of there. And it's interesting. I don't see anything yet that gives me that idea, but we still have one pile left. But I think that you're afraid that will be a possibility. If you start to believe in yourself and stand up for yourself and say, I am good enough, and I deserve to be surrounded by people that treat me well and experiences that lift me up, that somehow that is terrifying. That is scary for you right now. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. Nothing will come of this situation. I believe that, yes, you are leveling up. We see the Five of Wands. You're leveling up, and instead of sort of standing in your truth, you're trying to fight. You're fighting your way, because you understand something is changing and shifting, and maybe this is starting to heal for you. But it's interesting, it's just causing fighting. It's causing there to be conflict, okay, around you, because you're changing, Leo. And this conflict, nothing is going to come of this. Nothing is going to come of this. What's going to happen is more feelings of frustration, and it's interesting that I want to pull another card there. Nothing will come of this. Five of Swords. One just fell on the floor. Yeah. Six of Swords and the Star card in reverse. Interesting. Nothing will come of this. Yes. If you don't heal, if you take the path that doesn't involve getting distance from something, then you will be challenged to express your greatest desires, the things that speak to you, your greatest wishes, that feeling of being completely connected. The Star card is Aquarius energy for this Aquarius full moon. And we see the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. It's like there's a part of you that's like, well, if I get distance from this and heal, then what if that pulls me away from what I want? And the Knight of Pentacles is saying, well, it's going to shift things. It's going to shift things significantly for you, Leo. You're going to notice a change in your life. And it's going to be one where I feel like nothing will come of this situation, is you releasing this counterintuitive idea here that if you don't heal, everything will be fine. Well, no. These two cards together tell me that you have this idea in your mind that by denying yourself healing, you could bring in what you desire. And it doesn't appear that way. Nothing will come of this situation. Healing is important for you right now, Leo. There's something that needs to be healed from. So if you don't get distance from it and stop overthinking it and allowing yourself to heal from it, you're not going to find that phoenix rising from the ashes moment. I think you're going to find that you keep getting sort of thwarted by defeat. It's a feeling of defeat that you keep feeling every time you jump in with the best intentions. They're not bringing about the results that you want, because there's healing that needs to take place. And it feels to me like it's on the emotional level and on your inner level of how you feel about yourself. There's something that needs to be released here, and you can feel it. I think you can feel it when you're in the situations where these feelings come up. You know something needs to change, and that Knight of Pentacles is going to come in and change things up for you. But it really is going to require you, to be open to, it's really going to require you to be open to some healing about how you feel about yourself, and that you're worthy, and that surrendering to spirit and having confidence and believing in yourself, those are the areas that you feel the most challenge in right now. That's why the Star card is in reverse. And yet it's a struggle right now. You're feeling a sort of a spiritual struggle to keep going in the same way, because you know nothing will come of this situation as is. Not as is. Okay, now let's see, this confidence being the key to your success with the Justice card is to be flexible. So release some of that control. Leo, it's okay. You don't have to be in control of everything. You can just surrender, right? And being confident doesn't always necessarily mean that you're the one making all the decisions. You can be flexible and allow things to just unfold without having to control them. Now this surrendering to the divine, oh wow, that full moon card, we see another full moon card here, openness. So be open here when you surrender to the divine. Be open to having new perspectives about the past. Don't look at the past and be victimized by it. Try and tell yourself the story in a new way by being flexible. And it could be the story that says, that's the time that I learned to love myself, or that's the time that I learned to value myself, or I learned to surrender, control, the need to control things. You know, interesting. Staying open here, staying open to the influences of spirit. Now, believe in the impossible. We see the Hermit card and taking risks. So it's interesting. It's almost like once you gain the wisdom from all of that stuff in the past, you can believe in the impossible and start taking some risks. So things that you may have thought were impossible, suddenly you're going to feel like you can do it. You can tackle it. But that's going to require you to heal and to go into the wisdom of the past, right? Very, very interesting reading for you, Leo. Oops. Now, this time for healing, let's see here with the Queen and Ace of Cups, very emotional healing. We see thriving. I think things are going to shift once this healing takes place for you, Leo. You're really going to step into a time where you're emotionally thriving with that Ace of Cups overflowing and you feeling completely connected to your emotions without having to deny anything to yourself. Lovely. Thriving. Look at that. Taking risks, thriving, openness, and flexibility. These are the things to focus on. Now, when we look at that you are enough card, let's see. You are enough. You are enough. Ooh. We see gateway, purification, and community. Interesting. I think you're going to make some new friends. And it's going to be so life-changing. You're going to really shift things here by releasing that desire to overthink things and believe that you're not worthy. I think you're going to be bringing in a lot of energy from, and I mean, this is the new moon card, or excuse me, the full moon reading. And look at that gateway community. To me, these two cards, when I see them together, really make me think of spirit, because you've got the unicorn realm and this rainbow. And it's a time where I feel like you're going to sort of connect into your spiritual side, and it's going to purify you. Not only are you going to see that you are good enough, I think you're going to really understand just who you are exactly, Leo. You are going to see yourself in the purest form once you acknowledge that you are good enough. Now, when we look at this, nothing will come of this situation, kind of makes me think that you've got to change tracks. You've got to change tracks to adopt a more holistic and healed version of yourself. Transformation. Yeah, you're transforming. So there's something coming to an end so that something new can begin. And you need to be open, take risks, and heal. Heal, heal, heal. There's so much emotional stuff here. I was going to say baggage. It's almost like you're hanging on to a lot of baggage here, Leo, and it's got to go so that you can heal and start to see yourself and feel that confidence in yourself. Wow, okay, I'm going to leave it at there. This reading went a little bit longer. If you would like a personal reading, if this has resonated, my email is in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, watching, and subscribing. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Take care, Leo. Sending you lots of love and light. Happy full moon.